The bigger they are, the harder they fall. This applies across many areas of life, but one place where it hits especially hard is in hip-hop. When you build a massive following and secure your place in the culture, the image you created in your prime has to stay polished and untouchable. Because if it doesn't, the same audience that once watched you rise will be the first to pull you back down when things start to slip. Even if he's dealing with these thoughts inside a huge mansion, the feeling that everything is slipping away must be very real for Gucci Mane right now. Back when he first came onto the scene as a trap pioneer, Gucci was someone who wouldn't even consider the idea of cooperation.
Any situation that you can see yourself that you would talk to the police about a situation with somebody?
I don't do that. Where we from, we don't do that. For real, this East Carolina zone shit, niggas I fuck with my crew won't do that. We won't snitch on niggas. We stand down for ourselves. Like, if I gotta go, I'm gonna go. I done went before. I don't want to snitch on a nigga to save nobody's life, not even my own. I die.
Even as he rebuilt and continued to grow after his last time in prison and came to terms with the root of some of his issues, people still respected that he made it through without ever compromising his principles, as well as how openly he spoke about his struggles.
Last thing that we heard from Gucci was you allegedly threw a girl out of a car, I guess down in Atlanta. What happened with that case?
Hey man, you think I'm gonna talk about that?
I'm just asking.
I'm just saying.
I gotta ask everything.
I'm just asking you.
Yeah, I mean, we ask everything. We seen it on news.
Well, I don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
That's an open case. You can't talk about an open case at this point.
I thought it was settled.
It's definitely not an open case, but it just ain't worth talking about.
It's South Carolina, and he came in the radio station, and the Jeezy situation had just broke, and I started questioning Gucci about it, and he talked to me just like that. He said, I don't feel like talking about right there. And I looked him in his eyes and I said, you know what? That's a person you shouldn't keep pressuring about questions.
Because it could flip on you.
But in a matter of days, a single piece of paperwork hinting at cooperation with the feds and the reaction to it has taken Gucci from an all-conquering ATL hero to someone people are now treating like a punchline.
It's been a long time to say, like, I went to a therapist, I took some medicine because, hey, I'm bipolar. Man, I wouldn't never said that. I'd be like, ain't nothing wrong with me.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell going on or why I flipped out. I don't know why, but I ain't even trying to see why.
Real shit.
It's like, but, and then you kind of be like, damn, why this shit gotta happen to me? Kind of like a blind thing, like, everybody else know him, what the f I gotta go through this?
And now people are looking at him like maybe what Young Thug said on that leaked jail call was painfully accurate.
Could be Gucci out this mother. Could be worse, man. You could be Gucci. Free precisely.
In his early years, Gucci Mane never really cared about staying within the law. From a 90-day drug stint in 2001 to beating a murder charge in 2005 after a home invasion involving Jeezy's affiliates, legal trouble was a constant. At one point, it felt like he couldn't go a full year without some kind of run-in. That reputation became so strong that even today, many people still believe the viral meme of him telling the judge, which I might be, when asked if he was guilty, is real. Whatever happened in the past, Gucci took his licks without snitching, insisting he had no intention of cooperating with authorities, even if it meant ending up back behind bars.
Going to jail, I gave it, got him turned south, started fucking with a nigga.
Following a 2014 charge for possessing a firearm as a felon, Gucci went back inside once again. But instead of continuing the pattern of his past and refusing to change, Guwap underwent a dramatic transformation.
Fulton County Superior Court Judge John Goger decided to revoke 1 year of Radrick Davis's 3.5 years of probation on an assault charge. That means the rapper known as Gucci Mane will have to serve that 1 year in jail. The judge made that decision after hearing Davis has only completed about 25 hours of the 600 hours he was ordered to perform 2 years ago. It also didn't help Gucci Mane when prosecutors mentioned that he violated the terms of his probation by drinking alcohol and doing drugs.
At the time, the change seemed so drastic that fans even questioned whether it was possible he was the same person. It was something he ended up addressing head-on himself.
Drinking pints of lean a week and smoking pounds of weed and just doing all kind of drugs, and just the whole way I was just handling myself before I went to jail was just so negative.
it just, it showed in my body, you know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't even stop to see it. So I guess like the day that I got arrested and stopped doing drugs, eventually it started dawning on me, hey, listen, you gotta take better care of yourself. You're gonna be back in the same situation. So that was like really the turning point. You know what I'm saying? The day I went to jail, like I said, okay, listen, I'm gonna make me better. You know what I'm saying? I can't take another day staying in no prison, staying in nobody's jail once they let me out. So with getting all them substances out of my body, that made me able to realize, hey, listen, you gotta work out, you gotta eat better.
Good morning. Rule number 1, never snitch. I'd rather rot in prison as a man than walk free as a snitch. At times, he even showed signs that he was as combative as ever. His verses aimed at Jeezy reflected that the vindictiveness was still in him. He performed tracks where he dissed his late rival and openly admitted that things had nearly gone too far.
I wouldn't even support or deny those accusations.
With actions like this, it seemed to suggest that the real Guwap was still in there all along. He just had better control over it. But it's fair to say that, in light of recent developments, that performance and all the posturing his fans once celebrated have aged poorly. All your gangster is over. Look, it's Gucci the Rat.
What's going on with me? Yeah, I ain't gonna tell nobody, not even the police. I don't believe in none of that shit. The only thing I believe in is don't tell the police.
By now, you're probably familiar with the story, but here are the key points. Just months after being released from prison, Gucci's 1017 artist Pooh Shiesty was reportedly involved in an armed incident during an alleged studio confrontation using an AK-style pistol to pressure a victim into stepping away from a contract. It quickly became clear that the person who was robbed in the Texas recording studio was Shiesty himself, with federal authorities later arresting him along with 8 co-defendants on serious charges. If you're new to this, you might be wondering how this reflects on Gucci Mane. As details of the incident emerged, federal documents appeared to present the account from the perspective of Roderick Davis, better known as Gucci Mane himself. In those reports, Davis described Williams Jr., Shiesty, as wearing a black Nike ski mask, a black hooded shirt, and black pants during the incident.
Nigga, I tell you what, it go like this. When I extended the invitation, I did it as a real man. You feel me? Because I told you straight off the dribble. I told you off the dribble, nigga, we can't do nothing if it ain't street. If I can't perform the shoot, we can't do it. It's all good. But let me say my piece. Let me say my piece. Take off. Let me say my piece. It's like this, bro. I extended my hand because I'm a real man. Where we came from, what we been through, nigga. Us, me and you. All these kids out here doing what the fuck they do because they saw what went on with us, dog. So this shit ain't about me. This shit ain't about you. You feel what I'm saying? This shit about King Von. This shit about Dope B. This shit about Nipsey Hussle. This shit about my...
The moment this news broke, it shook hip-hop to its core, leading to someone like Guwap being criticized by people who had previously never dared to speak on him unless it was in a positive light.
Court hearing is now scheduled today as 9 people are facing federal charges for allegedly kidnapping and robbing a popular rapper. Investigators say Gucci Mane was attacked at a Dallas recording studio back in January. The details were just released in the past 24 hours. Our Chris Sadeghi live for us in the newsroom this morning. And Chris, some of those suspects are also well-known rappers. So surprising.
Meanwhile, people who had themselves been accused of cooperating tried to weigh in on the situation, suggesting that Gucci's hands were tied and that there was more context behind what people were assuming.
RD was pushed onto the couch in the control room, causing the victims to believe they were going to be executed. Williams Jr. placed the barrel of a firearm to the back of BP's head and ordered him and RD to leave the control room and the studio through the west entrance of the office building. RD then instructed CW and TD to escort them to their vehicle. As the victims left, MM turned to Williams Jr. and asked him if they were really taking his watches. Based on later recovered surveillance video footage, the target suspects left the studio and the office building through the east entrance at approximately 4.
With all these contrasting opinions, it was fair to say this was a difficult situation for Guwap to navigate. At that time, one side of the internet was insisting he was a snitch, while the other believed there was a gray area being completely ignored by those calling for his downfall. At one point, things seemed to calm slightly when Big 30's lawyer stated that Gucci Mane would not be participating in any investigation.
Gucci, man, you was being a bitch, nigga. You was being a bitch. Your ass tried to sign me when I was like 16, 17. Gave me a tiny ass chain, begging me to sign to you. Boy, I am not signing your bum ass, nigga. Every artist signing you all die. They fucking hit my car and fuck you on turn all type of shit. Nigga, why the fuck want to sign your bum ass? Nigga, you like 55 years old. And you got kidnapped by Boo's Ice.
But just as things were cooling off, Gucci made a controversial decision that threatened to damage his reputation even further. Once upon a time, it looked like the situation might blow over, but Gucci reignited the backlash when he released the Pooh Shiesty diss track, Crash Dummy, referencing the incident with lines like, "Tell the truth, you went out like a real crash dummy," and "Boy, you still signed to me." I thought that it was a business meeting, but it was a setup. The general public did not respond well to it at all. Comments quickly flooded in from listeners saying things like, "Better not be no diss after he gave a statement," and "Yeah, I know this not Gucci Mane for sure now. This shit weak." Others expressed disappointment, with reactions such as, "This killed the rap game. I'm so hurt. Gucci, I can't believe you did this clown shit. Might as well quit rapping now." It's not often that a rapper's decisions are met with such widespread backlash, but that was certainly the case here.
You are a ass nigga, you's a snitch, and I'll beat the brakes off your old ass. Let's set this shit up for brand risk. I'ma knock your ass out.
In Freddie Gibbs' case, he was openly shocked by it and seemed to struggle to believe what he was seeing.
Whether he's telling or his cameraman is telling, right? You know what the feds do? What? They're gonna subpoena Gucci Mane, whether his name is what, something Davis, right?
Yes.
I'm breaking it down for you.
Okay.
Once the feds subpoena you, you have to
tell.
You have to. If not, you go to jail for obstruction of justice.
So he'll go to jail if he doesn't
So
talk.
they're gonna tell. Yeah.
He has to.
So
Wow.
you have to. It's a subpoena by the federal government. I'm breaking this down for you. I know some people who hate it, they're just like, no, fuck, don't believe it, no.
Gone were the shades of gray for the most part. Now people were largely criticizing Gucci to the point where the situation looked almost unsalvageable. Then there were voices like Lon from the It's Up There podcast, who suggested that it wasn't necessarily the diss itself that was the issue, but rather the way it was rolled out and the timing behind it.
In the last couple of days is that Gucci Mane has come out publicly and said that he's not cooperating with the government.
And it is worth noting that last week we did hear from an FBI agent who said that he had not heard from Gucci Mane either. He also noted that there were no working video cameras inside this recording studio at the time of this incident.